Hello from Washington. It has been 7 years now since the U.S. and Philippine defense and foreign ministers held meetings. But under Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., ties have been warming between the two countries as both seek to counter an increasingly assertive China. On Tuesday, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Antony Blinken, along with their counterparts, spent the day discussing ways to modernize the U.S.-Philippines alliance, increase economic ties, and combat terrorism at the U.S. State Department. The face-to-face meetings in the nation's capital come just as Manila and Washington launch their largest joint military drills ever, which now include live-fire training at sea. Nearly 18,000 military personnel are participating in the military drills for the next 3 weeks. They began just a day after China finished 3 days of combat drills that simulated sealing off Taiwan. U.S. troops will now have expanded access to 4 additional Philippine military bases. Last week, Manila identified the latest locations near the Taiwan Strait and the South China Sea, both areas where Manila and Beijing are at odds over shipping lanes, natural resources, and regional security. On Tuesday, U.S. officials announced sending additional military hardware to the Philippines, as well as a second joint military training effort in the South China Sea scheduled for later this year.
Secretary Galvez and I agreed to redouble our efforts to strengthen our combined ability to resist armed attack by modernizing our armed forces. We also discussed near-term plans to complete a security sector assistance roadmap to support the delivery of priority defense platforms over the next 5 to 10 years, including radars, unmanned aerial systems, military transport aircraft, and coastal and air defense systems.
The Philippine-U.S. Defense Alliance is strong and credible, and we are committed to modernizing our alliance to meet the evolving security challenges of the region.
Our goal is peace, security, stability, creating opportunity. It's not to engage in a new Cold War. It's not to contain China. But in doing that, in trying to advance a world that is peaceful, secure, stable, and with more opportunity, we're going to stand up very vigorously for our values and for our interests, and we're doing that with regard to China.
And the tag in 3, 2. Last week, China's foreign ministry said that boosting U.S. presence in the Philippines would only serve to increase tensions across the region. But Philippines President Marcos Jr. told Beijing directly on Monday that he was welcoming these additional troops and military hardware from the United States in order to boost his own country's defenses and not for, quote, any offensive action, end quote. Jessica Stone, VOA News, Washington.